The clock tower's bell echoed eerily, signalling the arrival of midnight in the quaint town of Hollowbrook. Streets, bathed in the soft glow of lanterns, buzzed with excitement as children donned their ghostly costumes and adults shared whispered tales of the supernatural. Within a dimly lit room of one of the town's oldest houses, 5 friends sat in a circle, their faces illuminated by the soft flicker of candlelight. An assortment of occult paraphernalia surrounded them, from candles and old manuscripts to a peculiar wooden board with letters and numbers. The room, heavy with anticipation, seemed to breathe as the wind howled outside, causing the curtains to dance like ethereal spirits. Every shadow seemed alive, and the soft glow of the candles made everything look both enchanting and haunting. Laura, the ringleader with raven black hair and piercing eyes, took a deep breath. Her voice, barely above a whisper yet filled with authority, broke the thick silence. "We are gathered here on All Hallows' Eve to communicate with the world beyond. This is not a game, and once we start, there's no turning back." The group exchanged anxious glances, each person clutching the hand of the person next to them. They all nodded in agreement, understanding the weight of their actions. As Laura began the séance, the room's temperature dropped and an oppressive atmosphere enveloped them, hinting at the supernatural events about to unfold. As the séance began, the room grew colder and the candles flickered as if resisting an unseen force. A hushed silence filled the air, broken only by Laura's incantations. The words she spoke were ancient, drawn from a manuscript passed down through generations in her family. The wooden board in the centre of the room began to vibrate slightly, capturing everyone's attention. The planchette, previously resting inertly, started to move of its own accord. Guided by an unseen hand, it spelled out a message, letter by letter. WHYHAVEYOUCALLEDME. Max, the youngest of the group, gulped audibly, his previous bravado now replaced by genuine fear. "We wanted to speak with the spirits, to know if the tales of old were true," he replied, his voice quivering. The room felt as if it was closing in, the walls seemingly drawing nearer. Clara, always the skeptic, eyed the board warily. "This can't be real," she whispered, her logical mind grappling with the inexplicable events unfolding before her. Yet, as the planchette continued its dance, even she couldn't deny the palpable energy in the room. The message from the spirit world became clearer, forming sentences that hinted at an old grudge and a desire for retribution. As the gravity of their actions dawned on them, the friends realized that they might have opened a door that they couldn't easily close. The atmosphere in the room grew thicker with every passing second, making it difficult to breathe. An otherworldly chill settled, and the friends could see their breath forming fog in front of them. The walls, once familiar, now seemed adorned with shifting shadows, each one more sinister than the last. With a sudden jolt, all the candles were extinguished, plunging the room into complete darkness. The only sound was the eerie creaking of the old house and the rapid heartbeats of its terrified inhabitants. In the stifling blackness, Laura's voice emerged, trembling but determined. "We mean you no harm. Please, tell us what you want." Slowly, a soft glow began to emanate from the board. The letters it highlighted painted a tale of betrayal and heartbreak from centuries past. The spirit communicated its sorrow and rage, speaking of a forbidden love, a tragic death, and a curse that bound it to the house. Sarah, empathetic and always in tune with her surroundings, began to sob quietly. She felt the spirit's pain, as if it were her own. "We're so sorry," she whispered. "We didn't know. We'll do anything to set you free." The spirit's response was a mix of gratitude and a desperate plea. It spoke of a ritual, one that could finally grant it peace. But it came with a warning. The path to resolution would be fraught with danger and would test their very souls. Armed with the knowledge of the ritual, the friends set out to gather the required items. A silver locket, a sprig of nightshade, salt from the eastern shores, and the feather of a raven. Each item was tied to the spirit's life and held significance in breaking the curse. As they searched, the house seemed to come alive, guiding and, at times, hindering their progress. Corridors twisted into labyrinths, doors led to endless voids, and chilling whispers accompanied their every step. Yet, amidst the challenges, the group's bond strengthened, their collective resolve becoming an anchor in the face of adversity. Clara, once the skeptic, was now the most driven. She researched ancient tomes, discovering a chant that would invoke the power of the moon on All Hallows' Eve. As they recited the incantation together, the room's atmosphere shifted, becoming charged with electric energy. Laura, holding the collected items, positioned them around the board. With each placement, a wave of emotion washed over her. Love, despair, hope, and finally, release. The items glowed with a soft light, intertwining their energies and creating a protective circle around the friends. As midnight approached, the ritual reached its climax. The spirit's voice, once filled with anguish, now echoed with gratitude. A brilliant flash of light illuminated the room, and when it faded, an overwhelming sense of peace prevailed. As the first rays of dawn began to pierce the horizon, the house, which once felt oppressive and foreboding, was now serene. The friends, exhausted from the night's events, looked around, taking in the transformation. The walls, previously adorned with menacing shadows, were now bathed in a warm golden hue. Sarah, always sensitive to energies, could feel the spirit's gratitude enveloping them. It was no longer trapped, bound by sorrow and revenge. The ancient curse was lifted, and with it, the spirit found its long-awaited release into the afterlife. Max, reflecting on the night's events, realised that they hadn't merely helped a lost spirit. They had confronted their own fears. They had grown, changed, and emerged stronger from the experience. The bond among the friends was unbreakable, forged in the crucible of shared adversity. As they left the house, Laura paused at the threshold, looking back one last time. There, in the window, stood a translucent figure, a gentle smile on its face, a silent nod of gratitude, a final goodbye. The town of Hollowbrook would remember this All Hallows' Eve for years to come, not as a night of horror, but as a testament to the enduring human spirit, the power of friendship and the belief that even in the darkest moments, light can find a way.